Hello, hello. How are you doing this Friday evening for me? Perhaps Saturday morning for you. We are going to play Obduction today. Uh, I have played it multiple times. I like it a lot. It's by Cyan Games. Um, and it's a I'm tempted to call it a point and click adventure, but it's not point and click. It's free roaming. It's evolved out of point and click games. How's everybody doing tonight? Looks like I've got a few of you already. Hello, welcome. I was gonna say something. Oh, good news. I told Nightbot to calm the fuck down, so you should be able to talk in all caps without being timed out now. But we'll find out when it happens or doesn't happen. Kick things off with a normal Wordle solve. I don't know why, but the word bonus is coming to mind, so I'm just gonna go with bonus. Go with my gut. Sorry, perhaps? I don't know about using the double R this early. Yeah, that was a mistake. Oh well. Let's see. What can I catch you guys up on? Not much. Not much has been going on. I did start talking with a new therapist. That's always fun. Moist. Everybody's favorite word. Hey, that was actually a pretty decent guess. Um, hmm. I'm I'm totally drawing a blank. Uh, uh, well, uh, Holst isn't a word, right? That's a name. Uh, okay, so oh wait, it's probably OA, right? OAST, but it's not roast. Oh, coast, coast, not coast. Toast. There we go. Toast. Toast it is. Okay. On to Obduction. Ba-bum. I can't remember when this game actually came out. It wasn't terribly long ago.
We all lost everything.
Maybe
Everything but our stories. And
know,
they
like
shouldn't be forgotten.
2018? I guess that was a long time ago.
It was April of 1983. Cecil, it was 1870 for you. Pam and Vera, you tell it like it was yesterday, but it's been 62 years since you saw that.
If I'm awake at this ungodly hour, I can come say hi. Hello, I'm sorry you're awake, but I'm glad you're here, if you've gotta be.
Began. Streaked across the sky, mesmerized, but unnerving. Even in daylight, Joseph, you said it was gloriously bright. But in the twilight, it was spellbinding. None of us understood. But
it's 4 a.m. Wowie.
We followed. And we all felt.
I know the dialogue is probably even quieter for you than it is for me, but that's why God invented subtitles, question mark?
We approached it and
there's not a ton of dialogue in this game, it's mostly atmospheric.
You all remember, there was was no turning away. It advanced, almost like...
Fear not the dark, my friends, and let the feast begin. Terrifying, thank you for that.
Slowly until, well, found us, each of us. We should tell these stories because it saved us and
I was wondering who was talking until I realized it was in the game. Yeah. People who made Riven made this. Yes. Much later. Riven was like 95, I want to say. 97 at the latest. I really like this game. I've been thinking about playing it on stream for a long time, but just couldn't find a right spot for it, and this extra stream is perfect for it. Meow indeed. Woof indeed. This company really knows how to do landscapes.
Hello, bonjour,
Hello.
ciao, hola, hello, shora, ni hao.
Just covering all his bases.
Welcome to Hunrad.
Can they landscape my
name
yard
is
like this?
Joseph.
I don't know if I would
am
want
the
to see
mayor
that every
here.
day. That's very ominous.
You are most probably a bit confused.
It's
and
3 a.m.
disoriented.
here, and you loaded
But
up a
let
stream
me
just in time to
reassure you,
ruin my
everything
sleep
will be
schedule.
fine. You're not the first.
Hold on one second. I need to reposition my windows so that I can actually read the chat. There we go.
The others who have come before you.
I am
will help
here
you
to cause
adjust.
havoc.
Follow the trail to the house with the white picket fence.
Ruiner
Fabi
of Sleep,
will meet
yeah.
you there
It's almost a Dark Souls
and
boss.
introduce you to your new life here.
It would have to be more like Ruiner of Dreams, though. Or Ruiner of Slumber. How about Terminus of Slumber? I like that. Jonathan, Terminus of Slumber. There's so much good environmental storytelling in this. Like, look at that weird border here. It's so unnatural. I love it. Keeper of the Frog. I remember when you played Riven, the environment was really cool. Yeah.
If you're seeing this, then I wasn't able... Just in case... welcome. But it's...
Trying to, like, position it so the subtitles are legible.
To be blunt, we're getting ready for a battle. I don't know what you'll find. I just thought I should... just be
There we go.
cautious with who you trust. CW may be here. I don't know. Just be careful. I've got to go. See you soon. And don't panic. As jarring as this experience is, you really will find Hunrath to be a decent place.
Here we are, Hunrath. My favorite place. Warning, do not approach anything that even remotely resembles this diagram unless it has been disabled. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I am dead now. Well, I guess that's her, not me. Never mind. Not dead. I'm not yet dead. Hartnell Mining Company. Oh, my favorite bar. Mercantile. That's not a bar. Never mind. That is just very hard to read, is what that is. Honestly, this game just feels like a big braid knot, and you just run into dead end after dead end after dead end, but then as soon as you start to like pick one edge, just one loose thread, it starts to come apart really satisfyingly.
We have a healthy, thriving community here, as you can see. Our garden was planted years ago and has supplied plenty of food for many generations. The buildings around town serve multiple purposes, including housing, schooling, and storage.
I'm okay.
I'm sure you have run across a number of folks already. Many were brought here.
I forgot how to swallow.
And some actually were born here. We all feel we are part of
It's the Lucerius 92 fanfare. I would use it as like a text ringtone, but people would just be like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with your phone's speaker? It sounds so busted. You don't breathe water, you're no fish. I keep telling my trachea that, but it just keeps trying anyway. Wait, I need a fanfare if I'm a Dark Souls boss now. Or at least theme music. Your theme music is your call is very important to us. Oh wait, yeah, no, you're right. If you're hypermobile, it might be that your soft palate is just too soft and sometimes struggles to do the right thing when drinking. Actually, the real reason is I don't know why. It's really bizarre, but one of the possible physical symptoms of chronic depression is you forget to swallow occasionally. Have no idea why. Happens to my mom too. It's even part of some like screening questionnaires. Never heard about that? I hadn't heard about it for a long time either. I just thought I was an idiot. I like how you can see the green screen at the edges of his hair and clothes. Does that mean I'm not hypermobile, just depressed? I don't know. Lots of people are depressed. Existential crisis moment indeed. I have a confession. I think this actor is terrible. As far as I know, Science Studios doesn't usually do like casting sessions. I think they mostly cast their games through just like word of mouth and personal friends, and it shows. He's getting glorified. I'll be both depressed and hypermobile. Why settle for one when I can have both? Yo, I wish I was hypermobile. I'm barely mobile. This game is called Obduction. I think it's under the stream panel. It's Obduction with an O instead of an A at the front. Because there's lots of circles in it. I got a 9 out of 9 on the hypermobility scale. I don't even know what hypermobility is. I'm gonna be real. Is that like a diagnosable thing? I haven't heard of that. Great balls of fire. It is diagnosable. It's when you can bend your joints further than you should because your ligaments are weaker than normal. Oh! I was thinking hypermobile, like moving around a lot, like hyperactive. Different thing. It sadly only assesses 9 joints. It's odd. So all 9 of your joints just move way too much. That's fun.
Our ecosystem here is our supply of water. It is supplied as a natural
I don't believe you're
process of the
lazy.
system itself, and we don't really
As somebody who
understand
thought that they were lazy for a very long time, I'm very reluctant to actually call people lazy. A lot of times we're just doing our best.
One of the most important necessities of life has been provided to us.
You're just wiggly?
We need to believe that this place has a purpose. Others attribute a complex natural process which we one day hope to understand. Either way, we are glad to have.
I talked over that, but that's an interesting part of the world building. Is it's not clear where this water is coming from, but some people who have been trapped here are under the impression that it's here by design to provide life. You're lazy? Alright, I'll take your word for it. If you insist. Jonathan provided the water. It was me, Dio. Wait. No, that's not what I want to do. I got it backwards. Keeper of the Frog, terminus of slumber, harborer of waters. Harbinger of waters? The two are very different. That's a big circle. We're going for cute and ominous. I like how all the buttons do things. Why settle for one when we can have all of it? Cute and ominous indeed. Well, if that's the fuel drain, I think this probably means it goes that way, right? That's what I would expect that handle position to mean. Hmm. My favorite part of Hunrath, it just has a bunch of gas. Just on tap. When you become affiliate, does that mean you can start accepting donations again? Yes, it does! It does unfortunately also mean I'm going to start having ad breaks, but I will do my best to keep track of when those are happening, so that I can stop doing interesting things until... How does it work? I genuinely don't remember. Oh, fuck! Oh, I just drained it all. Okay, no, that's fine. We'll just do it again, that's fine. Not like gas is a limited resource. Or petrol, as the Brits say. Which actually makes more sense. Because it's literally not gas. It literally isn't gas. Nothing makes sense. Not in America. No siree. We do things our way. The wrong way. There we go. Gameplay. We say benzina in Italy. Are you Italian? I didn't know that. That sounds promising-ish. There we go. There we go, baby! Alright. I'll follow this snake. The power's going to that guy we met earlier. And a bunch of places we haven't been. And the sphere. I'm famous in Italy. Oh, you're in Switzerland. Oh, that sounds familiar. I think you told us that before. Switzerland has good chalky. Is that chocolate, I assume? Gotta have that chalky. You don't like chalky or cheese? That's great news. Because I want all of it. All of it in the world. That's one less share I have to go without. How do I get off? Oh, here we go. Cool. Oh, good night, Fleta. Sleep well. Don't take all the chocolate and cheese. I won't. I'll only take all the chocolate and cheese that is allowed me. I don't want to take it away from anybody else. I'm just gonna eat everything that isn't wanted. I claim it. I get all the chocolate and cheese in the world that other people don't want. It all goes to me personally. So I think this is funny. This this rotary phone has nothing to do with any puzzles in the game, except it's just here in case the player has never fucking seen a rotary phone and doesn't understand how they work. It's just a demo. I love that. Because there is a rotary phone puzzle, it's just not here. Only if it's slathered in caramel. Just give me caramel. Boomer game. Rotary phones are fun to play with. They just feel good. Just ergonomically, as it were. They really throw you into an enormous place in this game. It's so maze-like. Everywhere you go, there's 7 more ways you can turn. Okay, maybe not 7, but you know. My kindergarten had one. I liked to play around with it. Educational. A relic from the past. Oh, I got scared by my own shadow. That'll happen every once in a while. Is there a main plot for this one? Yes and no. There is absolutely a storyline, but it's all revealed through notes and recordings, primarily. CW is the only person you ever meet in person, and you are always on the other side of that door from him. And really all he does is tell you to go do shit. Vaguely reminiscent of the storytelling in Metroid Prime. Cares. So you are the ruler of this place essentially by default. Sure. No. What? Farley, the woman we saw in some of the recordings, maybe just one, she's... I can't remember what her deal is. I think... She's not the mayor. The other guy is, Yosef, but maybe she used to be? I can't remember. But she's kind of just a veteran and authority figure in the town. And she was saying that they're preparing for a battle, so they're off doing battle stuff. Whatever that means in this context. Drown him in the water. Wow. CW, you mean? It's just some dude behind a door. Everybody comes back and I've just taken all of their homes. The tree.
This is the tree.
It is.
It has been here in Hunrod for as long as anyone can remember.
Oh, no, sorry. Keep going. I was just trying to get a better view. The tree.
This is the tree.
The tree.
It has been here in Hunrod for as long as anyone can remember.
Tell me more, Yosef. I'm getting water.
Its health is intimately tied to everything in our little greenhouse. Our cell we live in. Our ecosystem. It has provided many surprises over the years.
Is it a talking tree? No.
Seeds that you will learn more about. Many have postulated, yet we really know very little about its origins. But we do know it should be cherished and protected.
I should be cherished and protected. Where's my welcome wagon? Preparing for a battle. Don't they know who I am? No talking tree. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. Dark. Oh, that's a spot of light on the floor. I thought it was a scrap of paper. We cherish and protect you. Thank you very much. Thank you for that. Yeah, I know. Yes. Cherish me! Then don't, asshole. Is he... Calm down, they're not dead! I will tell him, thank you. Mm-hmm. It does appear that way. Rip townspeople. They're not dead! Makes sense. Not yet. Is Jonathan gonna drown them too? I mean, I gotta. You know, it's lonely at the top. Because I kill everyone under me. Oh, Scarlet. Americans are scary, sad eagle sounds. Yip, 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 yip. You wonder... That red beam. Okay, bye! He washes the meat for us to consume. You guys are dark. Wait, where's that coming from? No, I'm serious. Where is that coming from? Is that the game? Yeah, it is. Since when is there a drum set in this soundtrack? I don't remember that. I've seen videos of people washing their chicken breasts with soap. That's a choice. It's a little much for me. I know your humor. It's true, I do. Mayor's Imager requests entry canyon, Farley's house, center of town, tree, water source. Haven't yet done any for the membrane, wall, cell, the wall and tower, the locomotive power generator, scrapyard or garage. Well, then we've seen all of them. Ambassador seed swap machine functionality. Radius of swap sphere is defined at first swap, immutable. That means it can't be changed. Seeds recharge naturally from ubiquitous ambient membrane power radiation tied to tree health. Forcing seed open triggers prep behavior, radius demarcation. Small battery added to amplify ambient membrane power, charges continuously. Parabolic focusing of power used to trigger seed swap behavior. Locking location of swap machines assures predictability, no unanticipated damage. Radius demarcation also occurs at same location in destination sphere. Without a pair seed defining the destination swap location, the destination coordinates match the source. Swapping on demand. Go get something real quick. Mofang's solid volume projector. Most of this stuff is just explaining the technology of the area, which I think is cool. I won't read through all of it, but I'll read through a fair amount. Ruko says all projectors will have similar power levels and communication protocols. There appear to be 3 primary elements. Projector element beam emission provides blah 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 blah. Internal comm signals applied across gap to projection area. That's a lot of jargon. That doesn't... The display is persistent until or unless the voltage varies from 7 volts. 7? That's really low. I can produce the projection from a still image and set the voltage to 7 to maintain it. Less than 0.8 volts results in clear, open, massless display space. I'm here, but I'll be sorting my laundry real quick. Enjoy! As much as you can. Sound is handled separately. Not sure why I tried this. Farley claims it's related to some desire of mine to shoot everything at everything else. Checking for potential hidden lethality. Checks out. Can't find anything destructive. You like doing laundry and cleaning? Oh, I wish I had that trait. I really do. It would make a lot of things in my life easier.
All right, now move around.
This is awkward.
Why are you so nervous? This is just it.
Okay, now what? Okay, that's enough.
Girl, I swear you are a natural.
It really is.
These anyway. Are the Mofangs just giving you stuff now?
I'm being generous of late. Not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth.
Mofang. Mofang Disabler, Villine technology. Notes from Aprar. Designed to disable anything based on Mofang technology, disables when blue beam cloud is within about 1.5 feet of any Mofang device element. Elements physically collapse. Reassembly is possible but non-trivial. Aprar assures me that it's not harmful, still not pointing it at my head. Ruko has not been told that the Villines provided it. Lockdown list. So they did all of this just to dissuade me personally! No, defensively, of course. CW, please change Farley's lock code to secure the vault. Her address backwards should suffice. Kept in mind. maintenance log. I'm returned. Did you beat the game yet? Not yet, I'm sorry. I'll do better. Unsubbing. Soon that threat will, well, not exactly hold weight, but mean something. Here, let's water the tree. Yeah! Drink up, me hearties, yo-ho. Oh, I guess we're done going that way. Oh, well, connecting that didn't do a whole lot, did it? Can you water yourself? Yeah. I did it. I even swallowed. Alright. It's time to go on an adventure. I have to walk through it. Ah! It's okay. So, I think you missed it, but we saw a note suggesting that when blue beam hit red thing go. So, testing that theory. What a terrible sound. It's my lullaby. I really like that moment. There's something really unsettling about, like, even though it's probably helpful that the force field is down. Is that a good thing? I have many plans for you, my friend. What were they keeping out? They were just battening down this entire area because they are at... They are not very friendly with... Question mark, question mark, question mark. It was all in preparation of this battle that Farley mentioned. I think I remember there being a projection back that way. Yes, what were they? Oh, what were they keeping it? No, I already read that. Oh. I can't aim in that direction. Poopy. I'll have to come back after turning around. There we go. that a projection? I'm assuming it is, because I don't know how else I would unblock that. Well. Can I reach that far? No. Maybe if I back up further. I was in my kitchen getting coffee after doing the laundry, and the sound this cart thingy makes sounded like my phone going crazy. Oh no! Sorry for the panic attack. There we go. Yeah, it's got those red lines of the projections. Nice. What's over here? Oh, what's her address? There was that note saying that the password is Harley's address backwards. $1436. So 6341. 6341. I can probably remember that. Why write it down? 6341. Easy. 6341. This is just like a Disney World ride. You're right. Don't worry that you've never been Accord, because it's just like this. It's exactly just like this is the thing. All right. Off we go. Hmm. 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 The hole was never there. I don't think I can open... Oh. If I remember right, I don't think I can open this from this side. So we might have to go back. Yeah. Yeah. It's so creepy looking. You can actually see off in the distance what's happening. There are just little hints. It's teleporting me to the opposite side of the dome. It's really cool though, it is. Here we go! Just kidding, it won't let me. Probably for the best. I thought we were gonna turn this into a fun ride. No, just a desert wasteland. Hey, this is kind of a downhill bit though. Whee! Thank you for joining me on the Wii train. Thank you for showing me Disneyland. Disney World! It's different! So that's clearly a projection, but I don't know how to aim in that direction. Oh, you know what would have been a good idea? Aiming at it from over there, when I was over there. Could have done that. Didn't. You're sorry? Why are you sorry? Just because you're disrespecting the mouse? He can take it, he's rich. The emoji. It's a big fucking bee. He's rich because he doesn't let people disrespect him. So true, that must be it. That's the secret. Oh my god, a door that actually opens. Crazy. That's a projection. All them copyright laws, yo. Why is coffee so good? I couldn't tell you, I don't drink it. More of a tea guy, but I do really like tea. I don't have a line of sight. Hold on. I should do it. Right? Right? Yeah! Got it. Oh, fuck you. Let me out. I like sweet tea. Like the southerner I am. I don't mind sweet tea, but I do prefer unsweetened. Garbage. Hypothesis. Garbage. Hi. I'm gonna come back here just because I happen to know that it's better if I do this first. Hey, it's the other side of the thing. Now we can do that. And now we've got this loop so we can actually turn the fucking cart around and get some more projections out. But also, I can ride this janky ass elevator. First state that town. Yeah, Texas is just a small town. Texas is very large, yes. It's its own country. It failed. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this because I happen to know that it's gonna be important later. Cool. This is the control panel that the Villine have supplied for our use. Although they are able to control their systems via vocalizations, they have provided these control panels for other species to have limited access and control. If you have trouble, please find Noah, does that say? For help. Remember, the Villine numbering system is base 4. Drag from one blob to another to form the Villine digits. Drag between blobs to disconnect. The standard panel has 5 digits, but single-digit panels are also used. Use only first digit to simulate a 1-digit panel. All panels will autocorrect for invalid entries. Hello? How do I turn you on? I don't remember having to turn it on. I thought that it was just on in previous playthroughs, but obviously not. I'm missing something. You have any, like, cables running from you that I can follow? Oh, not really. Oh, wait, hold on. I remember, right? Yeah, baby! The breaker box. Breaker box. Oh, fuck. Is the brick... Oh, is this the one that's in the wrong position? Sure. There we go. HTO. That's cute. Texas. Please no choke indeed. 1. 12. So this gets really weird really fast because it's in base 4, which means that in base 4, 10, 1, 0 is actually the number 4, and then 11 is actually 5, and 20 is 8. 100 is what? What would that be? 16? So this is probably the hardest puzzle in the game, and it doesn't even have a solution right now. It's just going to be necessary later. But you have to learn how to do 1, how to do 2, how to do 3. I'm gonna try to just remember this. And then we know 4 is going to be 1, 0, so this is how we see how to do the second column. So the second digit is up here. So if I wanted to do, let's say, I'm just going to pick a random number, 25. 25 is, what is that in base 4? That's 116, 18, and 11. Wait, no, 8 isn't a digit, isn't a place. It's 116, 116, 2 4s, and 1 1. So that's this. Where's the third digit? 116. I think it goes clockwise, if I remember right. 116, 2 4s, and 1 1. Yeah! I still got it! Okay, that saves a lot of time because, holy shit, that is a very time-consuming thing to learn. So time-consuming that even though I've played this like twice, I still remember how to do it. Can we keep the robot? Okay, what else haven't we explored? Oh, that's right, I need to, well, first of all, I need to open the garage so that have that passage open. Here we are. Bum ba bum. And then I need to go back to the cart. Do some stuff with it. I feel like Cyan Studios is the only game company in the world that's willing to be like, yeah, their number system uses completely different symbology and is in base 4. Good luck. No other game studio on the planet would ever dare do something so difficult. But they know their audience. I loved it. Now, where did I put that cardo mine? Hold on. I think since it was to the right of where that takes me, then if I go right here, that should be a shortcut, right? Yeah! Fuck yeah. Spatial awareness. Come on, come on. Open. Spatial awareness. A very niche game puzzle, yes. It's extremely niche. Okay, so there are 3 more projections I need to destroy that I've seen. There's this one. There's the one that's down there that I have to be facing the other way to reach. And there's the one that I haven't actually seen, but I happen to know it's there because I've played the game before. So I should stop here because that's a pretty good line of sight, I think. Yes? Did that do it? I think so. Nope. I suck. Yes? I don't know, it's really hard to tell from this distance. The angle. Yeah, good. I remember there's a music player in here. There it is. Some groovy tunes. Hell yeah, let's party it up. Play some Billie Eilish on vinyl. The map of Hunroth. I think. I don't know what those marks are, though. But I remember there being a journal in here. Maybe not. Oh, got some notes. Looks like they were making cocktails with alien ingredients. 5 ounces hard stuff. Tummy buster? Wait. 1 ounce gold tummy buster. That's some good shit. I think this place is just for flavor. I don't know that it actually gives any information. I only read music notes, sorry. Oh yeah, what's her address backwards? I said I would remember. 6341? Yeah, it is actually. Okay. Come on. There we go. I also like music notes. Come on, little engine that could. You can do it. You can get over this hill. There you go. That's my girl. My car was making that sound, I'd be worried. Yeah. As you should. Joke's on you, I don't have a car. I wish I lived in a place where I didn't need a car. I really don't like driving, to be honest. I know that when some people hear self-driving cars, they're like, but that takes away some of my autonomy and something I genuinely enjoy. And I'm like, nah, bring it on, bitch. I never want to drive again. Okay, now I'm going to do something that will not be relevant until the very end of the game. But, you know, might as well do it now. It's not going to get easier to do. What? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Turn off. Thank you. Not going to get easier to do it later, so might as well. My workplace is around the corner. My shop is underneath my apartment, and my psycho, and gym and pharmacy. I don't even need to walk. Wow, that is the very pinnacle of convenience. I'm cheating the game. Yeah, cheating, sure. My psycho. I can't read good. Usually I wear my glasses or wear my headphones, because otherwise the ear cushions, like, smash the frames into my face and it hurts. Come to think of it, there's probably a way to make stream chat larger font. Almost certainly. If I wasn't wearing my head glasses while gaming, I'd be blind. Your glasses, or your headphones, your phone glasses, your phones, your... Anyway. You can wear your head glasses, I won't judge. I can't remember what's this way. Oh, nothing. Fantastic. Now we know. Wait a minute, iPhone actually is a thing, though. Like, that's a major commodity. I'm gonna sue you and your iPhone. There we go. Front row seat. Radio... I can't read Cyrillic. I almost can. That's what... Clearly it says radioactive something. What the fuck? It's bigger than I remember. It's just, it's always shocking to see. A submarine. Submarine parts salvage log. So it came with no crew. It was just... Or maybe it did? I guess it could have. Multilingual. Whatever the hell a retro encabulator is. 2 refrigerators! This sub was stacked! That can't be it, right? They wouldn't have me loop around just for... Why even have a one-way door? Or, like, a door you have to open from the other side if you're just gonna let me loop around anyway? I don't understand. Maybe it was just really important to them that I saw the sub from that angle first, just for cinematic purposes? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember if that room has any significance. It's just creepy. It's a mole. Yeah, it went underground instead of underwater. Okay, let's take stock. What options are available to me now? Oh, I can go in through the back door of Farley's house. So let's do that. I think I'm taking the fastest route. Blow up the whole town. I need some weapons for that. The blue beam only breaks red stuff. I guess the earth here is red, but you know what I mean. Hold on a second. See how that walkway up there is broken? Just occurred to me that now that I have another way to get to that side, because the cell is open, I should complete that walkway. I should complete that walkway. There we go. Yeah. Actually, can't remember. Is there a cell wall here? Oh. Well, I tried. Such an American thing to say. Let's blow up the town! How else am I gonna conquer it? I love chaos. Can I have some? Oops, I didn't mean to... Okay. I was just wondering what the spacebar does. Now I know. Little slice of chaos. Nice. Oh, wrong way. You can't conquer me. Switzerland is neutral. Allegedly. Switzerland was neutral at an important time in history, and therefore it's neutral forever. Switzerland can never have a political leaning again in international context. It's the law. I didn't write it. I did write it. Shh. I'm trying to distance myself from my legal career. Look at that! That perfect arc right through the glass of the window. That's beautiful. And weird. Alright, moment of truth. 6, 3, 4, 1. I did it! I'm a god at remembering 4 digits. She hides it inside because they're at battle. Shortcut! Thank you, shortcut. Oh, that's cool. I forgot about this. They marked all of the areas where you can cross over from one side to the other. This room is a lore dump. Oh, fuck you. What does this say? I shall document the curious events that have... What? I shall document the curious events that have... I guess that says transpired. With myself, my family, friends, and something with myself. Guardian of the law, reader of cursive. Hartnell was a peaceful mining town founded by my grandfather and nestled within the red rock of the desert in the Arizona territory. This is a long time ago. That explains the horrible cursive. Its 163 inhabitants heard a mighty explosion on the night of June 27th, 1903. I sent several workers through the town to verify that the explosion had not caused any injuries or damage to mining equipment. The coffee stains don't make it better. They returned and something that it must have been a loud clap of thunder caused by the lightning, by dry lightning, for they found no damage. It was not something... It was... It was not something the light of the next... Oh, it was not until the light of the next morning that we were amazed to realize something profound had indeed occurred. As something that night, our entire mining facility and a large circle of the land around it seemed to have been scooped up and carried off in a completely different place, to a completely different place, all without anyone knowing about it. We did it. We did it, everyone. The paper is cool and all, but, like, I also want to read it. Yeah, a little overly immersive. I can read and write cursive, but this is just hard to read. Yeah, like, even knowing cursive, it's too italic. The paper damage is obscene. I feel like they were trying to be awful. Oh no, there's more! Wait, this font size is bigger, though. At some point during that night, our entire mining facility, yeah. Just scooped up out of the Arizona desert and put into whatever the fuck this place is. The entire landscape outside of our circle of desert could only be described as alien. Large, floating rocks could be seen in the distance. No one had ever seen anything like it, anywhere on Earth. We fully explored our new surroundings, hoping to find a way home. No way home was ever found. In fact, we soon discovered that what we take for granted now, not only could we not get back home, we also could not access the landscape outside the desert. Curiously, we discovered that a flow of water was provided from a high point of rock, and we discovered a small tree growing in the very center of the circle. Our central tree that is so important to our lives here was just a mere sapling back then. Oh, good. A legal pad. Species description. Mofang. Through Ambassador Siege, the Mofang were the first non-human... Don't worry, this is the biggest lore dump in the game. There's not going to be a ton more notes after this. But it's important to the story. Through Ambassador Siege, the Mofang were the first non-human species humans were introduced to. An Liang was the first to call the alien a Mofang, impressed with their advanced ability to imitate our sounds, movements, and mannerisms. Although they have a name for themselves, their language is mostly unpronounceable by humans. As a result, and because of their mimicry abilities, communication with the Mofang is primarily accomplished by their learning human languages, rather than humans learning to speak Mofang. They have been able to learn almost every human language represented in Hunrath, enough to provide functional, if rudimentary, communication. The Mofang basic external morphology is remarkably humanoid. Bilateral symmetrical tetrapods, bipedal, head with anterior facial features, mouth, eyes, nostrils. Other external features include minimal body hair and raised dorsal protrusions. Constitution is somewhat frail due apparently to their thin and lightweight internal structure, but internal investigation has not been possible. They have ample cranial space to account for a substantial brain, and their intelligence is impressive as evidenced by their advanced technology. Lore dump. Copyright. You like lore dumps? I've got good news for you. Alright. After a certain level of maturity and health of the tree, a passage opened at its base. This passage allowed contact with 2 additional species. The first contact was with the Arai. The first contact revealed the Arai to be large beetle-like insects, so we've seen them. They've been flying around Hunrath. We were unable to communicate directly with them in any way, but they appeared to have some rudimentary level of intelligence. It was Lorin Toth who first made the journey through the heart to Koptar, and named both the New World and the inhabitants. The Arai have 3 distinct variants that have come to be referred to as Barnacle, Beetle, and Polyarch. Although their morphology is dramatically different from human, their internal systems, like all of our neighbors, are supported by similar atmospheric composition and basic nutrients. In their barnacle stage, the Arai are completely immobile. The Arai stay in this egg-like development state seemingly indefinitely. In order to hatch, they must be in proximity of a polyarch, and fertilized by the beetles after a certain stage of maturity. The beetles are the eyes and ears, hands and feet. With only a minimal nervous system of their own, they are essentially the sensory extensions of the immobile polyarchs. They are able to execute simple commands, but apparently have very little in the way of individual sentience. So they're kind of like bees. The Arai polyarchs are the intelligence and consciousness of the species. Although it was obvious that there was intelligence behind the species, it wasn't until Caroline Farley, who's in the holograms, began spending large amounts of time in close proximity that deeper communication began. With a room nearby, Farley was the first to communicate non-verbally and learn much about the species, including some historical information. The Arai species survived in their world while several other sentient species came and went. Among them, an ancient species, who formed a deeper relationship with the Arai, carving temples and dwellings for them in the rocks, and later a more recent species that took over much of their homeworld. This latter species was especially adept at mechanical construction, using it mostly to capture and process large flying creatures, using the beetles as bait. Villine. The final species to be discovered were the villine. The villine had been communicating with the RI for many years through ambassador seeds, but became part of the larger community very shortly after the RI. With a large and imposing frame and a form of communication based on a complex multi-voiced low-frequency rumble, the initial introductions were intimidating. Yeah, that sounds right. After several attempts, Amelie Vidal was able to bring some rudimentary communication and began visiting the villine in Marais, which she named, on a regular basis. She discovered a complex and amazing society that was able to use their technology in unexpected ways. They had the ability to quickly transform their world using extruded structures based on some form of complex miniature substrate material. Unlike the other worlds, the villine sphere is scooped out of a villine resettlement group that was preparing to set off into space to find a new homeworld. This was their way of life, to put themselves into stasis and scatter themselves through the stars. As mentioned previously, their appearance is imposing, standing about 9 feet tall with a distinct reptilian resemblance. They have 6 limbs, 2 muscular legs and arms, and a smaller set of arms. They control every aspect of their technology with their vocalizations, but over the years they have created control panels based on their number system that allow other species to easier access elements of their technology. Ew. Sounds pleasant to me. In the same way that half-orcs can be really cuddly. Muscular arms? Sign me up! Talking with our neighbors. We take communication for granted, even with the varied languages we find here in Hunrath. But when we suddenly find ourselves among other intelligent species who don't share our culture, history, DNA, or vocal cords, it requires a huge amount of effort for the beginning of rudimentary chatting. This quick overview will set the stage for what to expect when communicating with our neighbors. The Mofang were the first non-humans we met. With at least some level of similar physical vocal generating abilities, they picked up human words quickly. This early mimicry resulted in what the species became to be called. Even though they were able to mimic single words and simple phrases, it became evident over the years that the huge grammatical differences were not easily overcome. Some have proposed that the difficulty may have arisen because the Mofang insisted on attempting to learn every human language, and as a result were never able to lock onto any consistent grammatical structure. Nevertheless, in spite of the rudimentary sentence construction, it has been very easy to communicate, and it has been unnecessary for us to learn their language beyond a few simple phrases and proper names. If you'd like to learn more about communication with the Mofang, please contact Tam. The villine have presented a particular communication challenge. From what we can gather, they produce sounds using 2 large reed-like structures inside opposite sides of their heads. The vibrations generated are channeled to resonance chambers in their skulls, where they are combined into a complex low-frequency dual tone. The low-frequency bitonal sounds are not only hard for humans to hear and resolve, but impossible for us to mimic. And the villine's hearing is also oriented toward low frequency, so they are unable to hear most of the sounds associated with human speech. Therefore, communication with the villine has relied on technology. They have adapted consoles, which the villine fluently control with vocalization, for use by other species. Over the years, some individuals of their species, including a few humans, have learned to communicate very effectively using this method. Humans have been able to pick out some higher frequency characteristics of certain key villine words over the years. And although we can't speak to them in a way that the villines can understand, we are occasionally able to hear and recognize these words when spoken distinctly by the villine. If you'd like to learn more about communication with the villine, please contact Vito. None of the stages of the RI morphology have any vocalization apparatus. Because of the obvious synchronization of the barnacle flash and the ability of the pawns to provide for and address the needs of the polyarchs, it was assumed that the species could communicate effectively. It was not until Farley began to spend large amounts of time in the polyarch antechamber that the first clues to this communication became evident. After months of research, Farley began to have limited success with receiving some kind of simple messages that were coming from the polyarchs. It is apparent now that the polyarchs had been attempting to communicate the entire time, but they themselves had been experimenting with various channels until they finally got a response from Farley. After this breakthrough, others were able to tune into the polyarchs and learn to listen. Both the polyarchs and the pawns have a simple organ that can sense human vocal frequency, enabling them to sense simple responses from humans. But over the years, Farley was able to speak to the polyarchs via a related form of extrasensory transmission. If you'd like to learn more about communication with the RI, please contact Farley. What I do like about the lore of this game quite a bit is that, aside from the Mofang, like, there's no correlation between Earth life and alien life. And I think that's quite realistic and fun. This is really hard to read, but it's important. Ambassador seeds were first documented about 150 Earth years ago. They occur about once every 400 years if the trees remain healthy. Natural seed swaps occur between pairs of seeds. Oh, sorry, 400 days. That makes more sense. If the trees remain healthy. Natural seed swaps occur between pairs of seeds that we now know dropped simultaneously from healthy trees in paired sphere. In paired sphere? In paired sphere. When each seed was touched by species in sphere, the swap occurred, sending an ambassador from each sphere to the paired sphere. Location of the swap is defined by the locations of the pairs of seeds. After the first swap, the seeds recharged quickly, allowing for a quick return. First meetings were intense, but naturally short. It was quite a surprise for both the Mofang and us. Over time, the seeds required much more time to recharge, producing longer visits between species. Collector seeds. Everyone who arrives is familiar with the collector seeds. The bright light that we were all drawn to right before the event that brought us here is a collector seed. What new arrivers may not be aware of is that these seeds, like all seeds, come in pairs. When the tree drops a collector seed on the ground, it signals that its twin has begun its quest for a new being. That search may take hours or it may take years. When an appropriate situation, a natural threat of death, is found, the seed activates and swaps a smaller but varying sized sphere from Earth, or whatever appropriate home world, here to Hunrath. As Hunrath became more populated, we would watch for a newly dropped collector seed, collect it, and place it in the entry canyon area. This allowed us to provide a more predictable entry experience for new arrivers, and provides a single area to collect many resources that may have come along with the new arriver. Unlike ambassador seeds and mother seeds, collector seeds do not seem to survive. The inner core is spent, leaving only the lifeless outer husk. Mother seeds, postulated but unverified, first suggested by Alima Hamsa, 2232 BH. The notion of mother seeds extrapolates the behavior of the lesser seeds to a superseed. She posited that the process that actually created the paired spheres was similar to all other swaps, but on a much grander scale. The idea is that two seeds from a mother tree were scattered on the galactic winds to find appropriately similar environments. When matches were found, some process was triggered that swapped large portions of landscape between vastly different worlds. Alima further noted that the tree's locations in the center of the spheres suggested that the trees grew from these mother seeds. Because of the similarities, it has been conjectured that reswapping the entire environmental spheres might be possible with a larger scale version of the ambassador seed machinery. Finally! Can we pet the aliens? No! No. Oh, oh, oh. 15! 15. Okay. 15 it is. Oop. What is that, a circle around? That is... I believe that's the tower. Lewd. Why is this so hard to bring up? Oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. God damn it. Gameplay. Okay, so 15 squared against the bottom left corner. Let's go plug that in. I am calm. Am I the only one who always feels the urge to pet the xenomorph? I have never met a xenomorph, so I don't think I could tell you with any accuracy. I wish there was just a... Can I clear... Nope, I can't clear this display. That's unfortunate. Okay. So... It looks like I can't do that. Oh, oh. I can't do the bottom. There's nothing there. 642. Oh, and it auto-corrected to the closest valid number. Okay. Screenshotted. Hi, Segway, welcome! You love Cyan games? I do too. I'm not smart enough for them. I don't remember. I do think that there were parts of this game I did need a walkthrough for. But on repeat playthroughs, I've been able to remember enough of the logic of the game that that hasn't been necessary, which is fun. I wish I could play Riven not knowing how to play Riven again. Because now I can do the whole thing in, like, well under 2 hours. And that's not as fun. Didn't read this. There's more lore! Welcome to Hunrath. Please give a bit of information about you so we can get to know you a little better. Guest registration. Or I guess new tenant registration, really. Have you played the remake? I actually haven't. I don't want to spend money on a game I already have. But eventually I'd like to, yes. Wait, I didn't hit eject. Oh, okay. Sure.
We all lost everything. Everything but our stories. And they shouldn't be forgotten. I was 3.
It's more than justified? Okay.
April of
Good to know.
1983. Cecil, it was 1870 for you. Sam and Vera, you tell it like it was yesterday, but it's been 62 years since you saw that blast of light. And that's where all of our news stories began, that light.
You'll see why pretty quickly. That's very exciting. Thanks for letting me know.
Mesmerizing, but unnerving. Some of you were alone, I wasn't. My dear grandma, God bless her, rejoiced as if it was some forebearer of good fortune. Vera, you said you recall smiling. None of us understood. But, well, we followed. Whether it was in the deep woods like Cecil or right outside town like Jane and Jenny, we were drawn to see more. Grandma lifted me from the carriage on the porch and walked into the yard so we could watch it unobstructed. Even in daylight, Joseph, you said it was gloriously bright. But in the twilight, it was spellbinding. And we all felt some kind of trepidation, and yet attraction as we approached it, and it approached us.
But most of that is from the opening cutscene.
Close, so radiant,
But we got some more information about the inhabitants.
vibrant, organic. You all remember, there was no turning away. It advanced, almost like purposefully spinning slowly until, well, it found us, each of us. We should tell these stories because it saved us, and there must be more.
What I don't get is that it didn't seem like the protagonist you control was really in danger. Like, it was just, like, kind of rainy when the collector seed came for them.
May 7th, 2009. September 3rd, 1995. I was down by the river. I was hiking in the desert, in the park with my grandson. I looked up and saw a brilliant flash of light that exploded in the sky. The light, it flew into the clouds and shined the trees and it disappeared. I looked around and, you know, to see if there was anyone around. See if anyone else had seen what I had seen. There was no one around.
It exploded!
Definitely saw.
Cool!
It was
That kid's from America.
was something calming about it. Yeah, I don't want to tell you, I was kind of freaking out.
Actually, it sounds like all of these people on this tape are from North America.
Came to a place where it had disappeared, overlooked, but I found nothing.
I guess that's the only kind of actor they had access to.
It seemed like it was looking for something, or looking for someone. And then it found me, and it found me. Found me. Found me. Found me. Found me. Found me. It found me.
Creepy. Oh, that's a villain. That's terrifying. I think that's a Mofang. I don't know what the fuck that is. Seed pair, find planets with similar atmospheres, swap. Free from seed. Art superposition, 4 species meet. Art connected, path open when mature. What happens at fruition? Swap where? Home? When? Maybe dead? More seed pairs scattered throughout the universe? Why scattering? I'm gonna say right now, we don't really find a lot of answers to this mystery. It's mostly just, man, space is fucking weird, man. Who knows what's out there? So basically, what's happening is there's 5 species in total, including humans. There's the humans, the Villine, the Ri, and the Mofang, which are all sentient. And then there's the trees, which do not appear to be sentient. And the trees just... There's like 3 kinds of swap. There's the huge sphere, which gets scooped up from each planet and transplanted over somewhere else. Then there's collector seeds, which grab people from the various planets and put them in the appropriate sphere. And then there's ambassador seeds that switch back and forth between those spheres. And I like the touch that they always bring the collector seed to this canyon so that they can know where people will show up. And you can see, you know, what would be a really cool touch? They didn't do this, and that's okay, but what would have been a really cool touch would be if you could see, like, at the edges, overlaps to imply that, like, multiple swaps happened right here. The trees are my favorite. The trees are awesome. And here you can even see the husk of the collector seed. So I really like that they bring the lore into the environment in a really tangible way. It's a complex concept to explain without any characters actually talking about it, but it's really elegant and interesting. Pet the trees! I don't even have hands. I've been veggie-tailing all the interactions. What did I want to do? I want to go to a place. Now that the dome is down, there are a few places I haven't swapped from. Such as, for example, to name one, here. I'm not sure where this goes. Oh, it's a good thing that I did the passageway thing. Over here. Ooh. Hold on one second. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Because I happen to know that this is not a super interesting pathway, so let's just cross that dead end off the list. This is the tower. And you'll never guess it, but the door's locked. And here, I told you there was a rotary phone puzzle, but I don't have the code, so even knowing what a rotary phone is won't help me. I truly am a helpless millennial. Cyan's world building is pretty amazing, I agree. They occasionally overreach themselves. A lot of Myst and Riven got retconned by the expanding lore of Myst 4, for instance. Myst 4, I have a lot of opinions about Myst 4. Myst 4 has some of my favorite cutscenes in the entire series, but some of my least favorite design choices. But yes, their world building has always been fascinating. The idea of writing ages is incredible. I've never seen anything like that. But the ideas are always spectacular, yeah. You need the 3 access codes to enter the tower. Oh. No, just one. Just one. But I see where you're going with that. Fucking fantastic. Yet another dead end. Okay, but now is a pretty exciting point in the game, because we know about the mother seeds, the hypothetical seeds that swapped all these worlds in the first place, and we know about the collector seeds that bring people to Hunrath, but we haven't seen any examples of ambassador seeds. Hey look, it's an ambassador seed. Hold on, what's over this way? Okay, just checking. And if you remember, back at the beginning, we saw a scrap of paper in CW's shop talking about the technology of energizing the ambassador seeds and holding them fixed in place, so that there were predictable swap effects. I'm with you. Myst 4 has me very torn. I love the story, but there's a lot of questionable leaps to make it happen. Like, for me, I think the epitome of the Myst 4 experience for me is when you're in... I can't remember the names of the sons, but the guy who was stuck in the Red Book in Myst 1, when you go to his age, the, like... Cirrus and Achenar, yes, thank you. So in Cirrus's prison world, I really like the final puzzle there, where you're in that, like, spider chair that keeps just descending further and further, and he's got these, like, weird machines and figurines, and it's really haunting and beautiful and cinematic and incredible. And it's also one of the stupidest puzzles, the most obscure, arcane, garbage, unfun puzzles I've ever seen in my life. And what a juxtaposition. Here we go! That infernal chair. We are now on Moray. And look, you can see you can see it perfectly lines up. That's so satisfying. And that means that back in the Earth sphere, back on the Earth sphere, the original landscape has returned there as well. I seated myself elsewhere. The puzzle had cool visuals but terrible mechanics. Yes, to like an extreme degree in both directions. It's genuinely one of the coolest cinematic experiences I've ever seen in a puzzle game. So it's unfortunate. Well, I hope you enjoyed our trip to this little cell of Moray, because there is not yet anything to do here. Ta-da! So, the one problem that I think this game has... I mean, I don't want to say the one problem, because, you know, there are always little nitpicks that you can make and room for improvement. But I think the biggest problem is these loading screens. As the game moves on, swapping becomes more and more of a central fixture. And the load times, I mean, I'm on a solid state drive and it's still just... It takes longer than I would prefer. Okay. I remembered that I need to be on that path over there. So let's see if I can access that from the other side of the cell. Okay, so I needed to be... Would it just be here? Is it that simple? No. Because this is... Wait, yes. No. Because this is where I... Okay, yeah. So I need to go from further to the left when facing the wall. From here. Oh, down there, down there, down there, down there. Down there. I remember now. Down there. I love that it works with elevation, too, because I went through the sphere at a lower angle now, and so I'm at a higher angle on the other side. Just beautiful. Beautiful design. The concept of the chair and how he set it all up is amazing, but actually solving it is ridiculous. Yeah, Cyan has a bit of a habit of puzzles like that sometimes. Actually, you said you have played Obduction, right? So you know that there's that one puzzle in this game that's actually like making fun of themselves for that. That's a cute one. We'll see it soon, actually. But first, it's time to visit Kaptar, which is the world of the RI, the Beetles. And it wasn't until my second playthrough that I picked up on this. There's gonna be a lot of architecture and technology you see in this world, and at first I was like, how the fuck did all these beetles make this, and how did they even use it? But in Farley's notes, you actually see that there were other sentient races on this planet that are no longer there. Never managed to finish, but I did watch a great Let's Play for the rest of it. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. This planet is beautiful in a really stark way. And there in the distance you can see that's Murray. So in the same way that you can see, what is the Mofang's world called? Soria? Something like that? In the same way that you can see that outside of Earth's dome, you can see Murray outside of Kaptar's dome. I remember somewhere there's a note where it's revealed what it looks like if you were on the other side of this wall. If you were on Murray looking at this sphere of Kaptar, what would you see? And the answer is nothing. It's like they might as well be a ghost. If people run into the barrier, they just teleport to the other side, same as us. But on the outside, so they don't even notice it's happening because they can't see it. I see. You're doing things. I sure am. Hey, look, it's an RI. RI, RI, awry. Look at that guy. That's the beetle form. I don't remember if you actually see a polyarch in this game. But you certainly see beetles and you certainly see barnacles. Look at that sphere. I don't even know what planet this is from. Now, this actually looks like it's Kaptar, so how did it end up here? But then that's certainly from Earth. Huh. This game's cool. More awry. This is the barnacle stage. Hi! I wish you could pet the RI. They're cute. It's a good thing you can't fall off edges in this game. To a degree, I feel like a tour guide, since I feel like, especially if you're not the one playing and actively investigating, Cyan's games just require a decent amount of explanation. That mixed with the fact that I've played this before, I feel like a tour guide. Like, on your left you'll see Kaptar, and oh, see the Uri, those are in their barnacle stage. Impressive. You make a lovely tour guide, thank you. 3 out of 4 stars. I don't know how to take that. But I will take it. Cyan has really mastered making games where most of the actual action of the story has already happened by the time you, the player, arrive in the world. Yes, I was mentioning Metroid Prime in that regard. And you just have to see things through the right through to the right conclusion. It's counterintuitive storytelling, but they've somehow really managed to nail it. I agree. And oh yeah, I wanted to mention I've been trying to get Karina to play Riven. I think they would really like it, and I want to watch them play it. I've never watched somebody play Riven or any Cyan game without them knowing how to beat it, other than my sister when I also didn't know how to beat it as a kid. You can get 4 out of 4 by bribing me. Jonathan's streams are very comfy and relaxing with the tour guiding. Aww. I'm very happy to hear that. Well, I give it freely. You can see the tree for this world. Right? I think they would really like it. Metroid Prime, yeah. Metroid Prime... I feel like the best example I can think of is in the third game when you're on planet Elysia, which starts off very oddly peaceful for the series. And then, like, after you've been fighting space pirates there for a little while, you go to this far remote part of Skytown and open a door, and there's just this husk of a space pirate lying against it, and you're like, what the fuck killed it? 'Cause it wasn't me. It's a really good moment. I think Captar, this world, this sphere is the hardest for me on replays. It's very difficult for me to remember all the twisting, turning paths, especially from this landing right here. This landing in particular always gives me trouble. Already went there. Went up there. Came from there. Went down there. Hmm. There we go. There we go. Metroid has a bit of horror element in that regard. Even Other M got that right. Yeah, I do like how creepy Metroid tends to be. Metroid Dread didn't do much for me in the horror department. The Emmy had a lot of potential for horror, but between the fact that you can have that like reaction time save when captured by them, you can do that twice, and that takes the focus away from the fear and puts it on it takes the focus away from fear and puts it on the mechanics of the situation, because you can do it twice, so it's not just a quick moment. And also the fact that you can ultimately destroy them is really, it really removes a lot of the power. And lastly, when they do kill Samus, she just kind of looks down. She's just like, oh. I feel like for it to have been really, for them to have really nailed it, such a small change. All they really had to do for me to love the Emmy in Metroid Dread was it like as soon as the spike goes into Samus's chest, cut to black, cut the audio immediately. That would be so much scarier. Aw, shucks, they got me. Where's the cart? I need the cart one last time. I don't think I ever got that timing right for the counter. I ended up being pretty okay at it toward the end. My sister, goddamn her, just like was perfect at it from the first moment. It's all the Monster. She drinks a shit ton of Monster. You could fuel a small workforce with how much Monster she drinks. Maybe once in your entire playthrough, wow. Yeah, for me, it's not a question of whether or not you actually do succeed in escaping them. For me, it was the issue. For me, the issue was that you get 2 attempts, and I'm not like, oh, it should be harder. It was plenty hard. And there was also like RNG involved in it. Like it was really well done in that regard. But because you have 2 attempts, if you miss the first one, it no longer feels like a struggle for existence. It just feels like, oh, okay, maybe I'll get the next one. Oh, no, I didn't get that. And like at that point, you're playing a mini game. It's not a fight for survival anymore. I hope I'm facing the right way. Am I? Actually, it doesn't matter. I hope. Actually, if I remember right, it does matter. So, here's hoping. She needed Monster to kill the monsters. Yeah! But yeah, I think what would make me so happy would be a game that's like, I want a game that is halfway between Metroid Prime and Metroid games and Dead Space. That would be my ideal amount of horror in a sci-fi game. Oh, come on. Are you joking my ass? Are you really gonna make me teleport all the way back and turn around? You are, aren't you? Okay. Fuck you. Fuck you very much. That bugs me. That's not good player-friendly quality of life design. If you've gotten to that point, it's clear you know the solution to the puzzle, so they shouldn't arbitrarily make it only work from one direction. The game just hates you. Oh god, please don't tell me I have to go all the way around. I have to go all the way around, don't I? All the way to that loop on the other side of Hunrath. God damn it, dude. That's why they made it so that you can only do it from one direction, so you just have to do a shit ton of busy work. They're like, oh, that makes it harder. This is like driving in Massachusetts! You think the closest you've gotten to horror games you've willingly gotten into is Sherlock Holmes The Awakened? It's pretty demented. I don't think I've heard of that one. There are several horror games that I like, but I'm limited in which ones I can play because I really dislike jump scares. Which is unfortunate because streamers screaming is great content. But I do still like if a horror game is third person, I'm much more likely to be able to play it. I've played both Little Nightmares and I'm very excited for the third. Little Nightmares is truly beautiful in the worst way. I hope this works. If it doesn't, I'm gonna be really upset. Loved the Silent Hill remake. My sister played that. She liked it too. I played a little bit of Little Nightmares on stream long time ago, like back when I was streaming on my main YouTube channel. But I didn't finish it. I think I only got the kitchen. I was thinking I might play the sequel on stream. Or rather, the prequel? The pre-sequel. It's called Little Nightmares 2, but it takes place before. You were just watching a theory video on it today. Nice. They needed big nightmares. I'm sorry you missed it. The VOD is still up, probably, but honestly, I don't even remember which one it was, because it wasn't like a dedicated Little Nightmares stream. I think it was my like Halloween 2022 stream, like a really long time ago in internet age time. Better fucking work, or I'm gonna be the grouchiest boy. Where's the handle? Oh, it's over here. It's a blending of Sherlock Holmes and the writings of H.P. Lovecraft. Ew. I wouldn't actually say it has much in the way of jump scares, though there are definitely some moments that will haunt your dreams. Would recommend. Nice. If you haven't eaten. Yeah, that does sound interesting. I'm always here for Lovecraftian stuff. Often done, but rarely done well. Okay. Better fucking work. It looks like it'll work. That's a pretty clear line of sight if I've ever seen one. And I've seen lines of sight. Fuck you, Cyan. Well, that's another very ominous barrier down. Alright, let me out of the cart. I don't want to be here anymore. Oh, that's a big chunky, that's a lot of RI. Wow. What are you guys all doing? What are you guys all doing? Alright, well, I kind of want to leave that ambassador seed where it is. So, I could just go back to Kaptar the way I originally did. Assuming that there is an ambassador seed on Earth for that sphere. I don't remember. Let's find out. Oh, wait. Can't access it from this side. Can't believe I forgot that! Ah! I'll be okay. Yes, pensive piano music, I know. Good old Farley. This is going to be really goofy if it turns out that there's no ambassador seat on this side. Oh, there is. Okay, good. For a split second, that piano music sounded exactly like the music in those Progressive Insurance Becoming Your Parents ads. Thought I had another tab open. Nah, that's just the theme of good old Caroline Farley. This isn't Civ. You're right, in Revenant. Welcome to Obduction. I don't think we've been abducted from Civ because the plan was never to play Civ. We've been abducted, indeed. The worst kind. Constipated. Oh no, we've been constipated. Say it ain't so. I will not go. Turn the lights off. Carry me home. There's no power. I did this too soon. I was so proud of myself for remembering how to open that passage. And it is useless to me yet, as of yet. Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi duct taped. I can't believe we've been Abu Dhabi duct taped. Again. This always happens to me. I don't think that reaches. Yeah. Okay. Does this reach? No, that it doesn't actually go in that direction, does it? I don't think it does. Yeah, okay. Well. Very well. Goes in one direction because it doesn't know it's beautiful. That's what makes it beautiful. Was that a crab? If you saw a flying thing, if you saw a crustacean adjacent insectoid thing, you saw an RI. This is an alien planet. On one of the door sills chilling out. That was probably an RI. Trying to remember what to do next. Trying to remember what to do next. If I remember right, there's just a path that I'm not remembering. I don't think there's like a puzzle I have to do here. I think I just need to get to the other side of the tree, and I can't remember how to do that. I sure would like to be over there. There like a lever up here that I didn't pull? No, because the power hasn't been restored yet. What the hell? What the hell, man? I cannot remember what I need to do. Pet the RI. I wish I could. The RI are very good beans. Already been up here. You know that the place I want to be, right on the other side of this oh wait. Oh wait. I've already been up here. I just didn't notice this. That's how I get to the other side. I walk. This is the really complicated puzzle that makes fun of their earlier puzzles. It's actually not an important part of the game, so I'm not going to do it because it's really tedious. But at some point, I'm going to find an extremely long code. How archaic. It gives you an extremely long code, and you have to punch it in using this row of numbers. All of these switches do absolutely nothing. And then when you put in the code correctly, the box just like falls off this lever and like crashes and breaks, and you get an achievement. It's fantastic. This is so pretty. What an awesome crankshaft. Let's crank it. Well, that was anticlimactic. God, I love steampunk. Get some wind power going here. Now that's satisfying. That explains Jonathan's attraction to Cranky. What does that mean? Steampunk is neat. Why can't I step into it? Hello? Oh, there we go. That was odd. That was awkward, but whatever works. Gotta get all these link ups. Oop, fuck me. No deeper meaning, got it. No, 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 no! That's not what I wanted to do. I'm just trying to exit the interface. There we go. There we go! Wow, that's a drop. Hey, alright. That's an alright. If that's what you saw earlier in Revenant. So now we're getting power over here. And hopefully we're getting power over by that other thing I saw earlier. Now you're thinking with crankshafts. Hi, Demonic. Welcome. Hope you're having a good evening, evening. The cutest entrance I've ever seen from a demon. Cyan sure loves slow elevators. They really do. Not as much as, oh gosh, I can't remember his name, but the guy who made Braid and The Witness. Holy shit, everything in The Witness is so slow. And like one time the developer even like said like, this game doesn't waste your time at all. And he was referring to how quickly you just start playing the game. There isn't a lot of opening to do. But it is really goofy that he says this game doesn't waste your time, because holy shit does The Witness waste a lot of time. Like a lot of time. Come on. Excuse me, lever. Hello? There we go. What is going on with my... Is it my mouse? What's happening? God, this is so pretty. This is so goddamn pretty. Now I'll be able to get over there because the counterweight moved and I can access the staircase under me. Have you ever played The Last Guardian? No, but I know of it. This'll be you once you get your emotes for real. Soon! Very soon! Petition, wait, may we change the name of soccer football to Dia Pilato? Sure. I don't see why not. I'd be content to make a home in this world if not for the fact that there are lots of cliffs and I have literally no depth perception. That would get in the way of what with the whole being alive thing. But yeah, it is really beautiful here, isn't it? In a slightly horrifying way. I remember one of the biggest moments for me. That? Huh. I expected to see an ambassador sphere in there. I mean, an ambassador seed. I mean, that's so obviously... But it does look Captarian. Huh. Which way, which way, which way? Way to go! I have many options available right now. Let's go this way. Why not? I remember one of the most jaw-dropping, pretty environment moments I had in gaming was in Elden Ring, coming out of the first castle with Godric the Grafted. You come out and you just have this immense vista of Lernia of the Lakes. I was just like, holy shit. I did not know that, like, I could have this reaction to seeing a vista like that. Pie pelado is foot and ball in Spanish. Ah, but they call it football, of course. There's an ambassador seed. Or let's pop in here, see what happens. Back to Malay. Malay. Malay is a language. Come on, Jonathan. I remember that this is actually really cool. So that was set to 3, which is the highest mode. You bring it down one step to 2. It becomes all swimmy. And if you bring it down to 1, becomes metallic and skeletal, and then if you clear it, the path opens. All there is to do here, but that's the place that was blocking me before, so now I can explore further in Marais. Once I return to Earth. Exploring more than Dora. She only hit 1 planet. So many forks in the road. Wow. Another ambassador seed. No, not that. There, that. You see what I mean about the loading screens? Once the swaps become more frequent, it becomes more of a big deal. At least the transition is very pretty. What the heck am I looking at? Oh, Barnacle Awry. It's the same track. What are the odds? What a coincidence! That Farley would have a music box of her own music. The villain, I can't find the words. It's such a foreign life cycle, or perhaps not. They launch themselves across the expanses of space, preserved for eons, until at last their technological arcs can hone in and carry them to a new home. They have no connection with their predecessors, but in spite of this, perhaps because of this, they have amazing recollections of their history. Their stories are epic, reaching back through the eons. Unlike many of us who were abducted, they were abducted as a whole. Their scoop moved an entire facility that was about to be annihilated. I have come to believe that they, perhaps more than any of us, have a deeper understanding of whatever this strange system is that we find ourselves in. I need to write this down. We buried Ji Yoon today. This place never really agreed with her. Kept to herself mostly, depressed and downcast. Anyway, I digress. I stayed after the brief words were spoken. I was the last to leave. I wandered to the dome, as I often do, and looked out at the undulating Saurian weirdness beyond the cell wall. Saurian weirdness? Saurian weirdness. The movement caught my eye. Now, on very rare occasions, we've seen Mofang scrambling about in the distance. Oh, this is the moment I was talking about. There have been fewer and fewer sightings over the years, but before me was a tall, haggard Mofang running desperately, almost directly toward me from one of the distant structures. I still can't tell the gender. It got closer and closer. I thought it would see me and stop or turn around or be curious about this strange dome and our world inside it, but it continued running quickly, almost directly to my position. I was frozen in place with curiosity until my reflexes took over at the last moment and I leapt out of the way. But rather than hit the dome and fall backward or come through into Hunrath, the dome flashed its familiar tone, and the Mofang vanished. I was stunned for a bit, but I retrieved my wits and stepped into the dome myself to quickly get to the other side. After getting through, I immediately turned around and saw the Mofang outside on the other side of the dome, still running away from whatever it feared, but as if it had no sense of passing through the dome. As surprising as the event was, it did serve to settle a few things in my mind. I always wondered how no one on Earth noticed what had replaced this chunk of Arizona we have here. I'll take a break to read the chat. I imagine the length is a necessity for the loading time, but it definitely gets old. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm not saying that I have a clear solution in mind. The only thing I can think of would be, like, as you approach an ambassador seed, maybe the game could start rendering some of the assets for what the ambassador seed is linked to. Maybe the meshes and textures and all that, and then just like it was any other landscape, and then do the lighting and ambience during the loading screen instead. But I don't know. It's an indie studio. I'm not a game designer. I don't know anything about optimization. I think it could have been done better, but probably not with their budget. I've got to vent. Again, there are those who argue with me. Over and over I demonstrate that in almost every case, whatever the process was that brought us here, it occurred at a pivotal moment. They tell their stories and they still can't admit that the abduction actually saved each of us, all of us. What is it in human nature that grasps so strongly to the past that we blame our saviors for stealing it from us? Okay, just one more vent before bed. If each of us was individually saved from something, then maybe all of us were corporately saved from something larger. Can we really be sure what's left? And this, the arrivers come from various places and times. Sarah got here almost 15 years ago from the year 2055, and Uziel got here 2.5 years ago from 1942. What does this mean? Time here is shuffled and chaotic compared to Earth. What state is Earth in right now? When is Earth right now? It's 3:15 a.m., and I feel compelled to journal this craziness. After spending most of yesterday meditating with the RI, and then most of this evening discussing the nature of these worlds with CW, I had just a sip of infamous Hunrath hooch and collapsed in my chair. Well, I just woke from a dream. I'm not one who puts a lot of credibility in dreams, but maybe the RI were able to move something in me to understand. Or possibly because of the intense discussion, my subconscious mind was triggered to be able to sort out some logical connections. Or maybe it was the hooch. The dream. I was tending a garden, an immense garden, And it wasn't for food or flowers, it was just about the health of the garden. I kept working and working to control it and contain it and make it healthier, but the garden seemed to fight me at every turn. And after what seemed like days of work, I finally gave up in frustration. And as I stood there doing nothing, the garden flourished before my eyes, growing and spreading in every direction. Because I realized the system that the plants were based on was not about me shaping and controlling. The natural system of plants is healthier when they are out of control, when they are free to spread and intermingle and cross-pollinate and mutate. Now, from a human point of view, that may not provide what I want. I get smaller fruit and smaller flowers and untidiness. But from the point of view of the plants, they grow stronger and much more resilient and resistant. The more they are scattered, the higher their odds of surviving. Oop. And now that I contemplate, I realize that even the individual plants and seeds may not appreciate the benefit of what's happening. They are torn far from their origins, forced into situations that seem extreme, possibly even destroyed by these new environments. But for the seeds that survive, now that's where real growth, strength, and abundance comes from. It's so beautiful and terrifying. Beyond the beauty of it all is a system and structure that defies understanding. Okay, what if this is all a natural process? There are signs of something behind it all, but well-hidden signs. So, well, if I look at all of this, the cell, the tree, the water, the seeds, the hub, the health, even the abductions, well, there seems to be a grand system, or plan. The plan doesn't take me into account. It is unemotionally intent on the health of something much bigger. That may hurt my feelings, but, well, what am I in the entire scheme of the universe? I have no idea what, if anything, might have put this process into motion, but that is irrelevant. Tomorrow I will talk with CW. He could be swayed from his battery plan. Fun fact, if you don't read this journal, you're almost certainly going to get the bad ending, because that battery plan becomes incredibly pivotal. I really don't journal much. I came to write this down because I am distraught. As I contemplate the plan that I have set in motion, I realize that I have become the destroyer of worlds. I sat down to write, to seek some cathartic tranquilization, and I realized the last thing I journaled was some esoterically beautiful philosophy about letting this garden grow. Not so reaffirming or calming. But nevertheless, here is my reasoning, because I must write this down. I mean, if you play a Cyan game and don't read the journals, that's on you. So true. So true. You cannot beat a Cyan game without reading the journals. Simply, it's us or them. Complexly, if this is some kind of garden, then we're the plants or seeds or whatever. Well, some of us have gotten together and decided that we're the better choice to survive, if the others have unilaterally decided that we all won't survive. I am more fit, damn it. This is not me. I want to be calm, and garden or ungarden or grow or... What gives one species the right to destroy another species? Who gets to choose? Do I just lay down and die because the more aggressive species thinks they're better, more powerful? What brutal scale do I use to measure the good of some against the life of others? Does love ever destroy in order to help more survive? To help love itself to survive? Does that even make sense? Can I kill because I think it will bring about more love? What if I'm not even capable of understanding the situation of hate versus love? Maybe I am the hater. Do I generate this love delusion to help me maintain my sanity in light of the choice I have made? My God, it's too much. If these are just walls of my delusion, then I choose to live with them. I am a seed, scattered by the wind, but I will not simply be trampled. I will kick and scream and survive. May God have mercy on my soul. I think that's my favorite journal in Cyan games that I've seen. It has so much character. It's so different from the normal info dumps. I mean, it is an info dump, but Jesus Christ. It's fucking heavy, dude. Adventures in the Age of Mist and Beyond. That's funny. Oh my god! I don't think I noticed this in past playthroughs. There's just straight up the Mist book. That's incredible. What? Oh. Wait, what? Is that... What is that? Is that a photo of... What? God, the UI in this game is pretty terrible. What am I looking at? Is that the computer that first ran Myst? I don't know. Maybe it's how the linking books work? Oh, maybe. But that was clearly a computer, and Atris never used computers. R.I. Larval Notes by CF, Caroline Farley. Takes about 3 to 5 days for a single RI larva to change colors after being moved to a new surface. Need to head out, my body needs sleep. Sleep away, my friend! Thank you so much for coming. I hope you have a wonderful night, and I will see you later. Pulsing stops immediately upon removal from Captar, induced by polyarcs. Cloning has been extremely easy, like potatoes easy. That journal is definitely a fantastic one. My personal favorite Cyan journal is Akinar's one in Haven in Myst 4, when he realizes that the monkey creatures have given him a name. I will have to get to that, because I have only played Sirius's world in Myst 4. I'm stuck in terms of motivation, but I have it installed. I need to get back into it. I hope you all get abducted tonight. I would rather not live in Hunrath. Like, it seems like a fair enough place, but I like internet. Oh shit, I'm sorry. No, that's okay. That's not a major spoiler or anything. But I look forward to that. If anything, that might get me more likely to play the game sooner rather than later. Cyan does love to hide shit behind closed doors, don't they? I always forget that. I really can't forgive them for the way they did it in Riven, though, because there's absolutely no way to guess. There is no hint that 2 very important passages on Crater Island are hidden behind doors while they're open. There's no way a player could ever guess that. I feel like you have to stumble on that by mistake. And given that you're not even trapped on that island until you find those passages, makes it even worse. Because that means you've got the entire game to explore if that's the one thing you're missing. If you've managed to clear Spire, you're through the most infuriating part of the game. The rest is tough but less insane. That is good to hear. Because I did like Spire, as I said. It was stupid, and I had to look up most of the puzzle solutions, but there were parts of it I enjoyed, for sure. My then toddler sister was somehow the one out of my whole family who suggested closing doors behind you to look for things. Wow! Not sure if I've ever forgiven her for being that much smarter than the rest of us. That's amazing. One sec. Okay, just wanted to make sure there wasn't like a passage there. Oh, we're getting some beat in there. Props to your sister, though. That's that's pretty incredible. Slow elevator. Hello, alright. Alright. Well, I've been going for 3 hours. I won't go too much longer. Here we are at, maybe my least favorite puzzle in the game, because I'm always paranoid that I'm missing something. But for now, we'll ignore the Ambassador Seed and just go this way. Well, done and done. If I remember right, there's a total of 4 openings. I think. Is there one? Oh, down there. Yeah. Okay, so those are the 4 openings. So that one's not interesting to me in the immediate sense. That one's not interesting in the immediate sense because of the closed door. That one is interesting and that one is interesting, but I can't get both of them at the same time. Okay. I'm gonna have to actually enter this from the Earth side, aren't I? No, I can't, because the sphere, there's no Ambassador Seat on the Earth side. God damn it. This game is hard. It's this puzzle, yeah. It's this puzzle. People talk about the Villine Gauntlet at the end being the worst part of this game, but no, for me it's this one. Villine Gauntlet is fun. Okay, well, at the very least, what I can do from here... Actually, I can access all of the passages from the wooden frame. I don't need the Captar Stone. I'm trying to remember how far it turns. 1/6, I think? No, that can't be, because it has to do quarter turns. So 1/8? Okay, I'm just gonna count how many times it takes to return to, like, how many times is a full rotation, because it's too difficult to tell from where I was standing. Oh wait, it's right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so it does turn an 8th at a time. So I gotta hit it 3 more times to go to that other upper path. Or I could just turn it 1 more time. Wait, no, because the way it's turning... No, the stairs are now facing a way that isn't helpful to me. So... This isn't as bad as I was remembering it. Since I'm a perfectionist, in previous playthroughs I have insisted on making it so that the original Captar sphere is in the right orientation, and that is much harder to do because it doesn't have an Ambassador Seed, so you have to set it up properly from the other side, and then come back using this, and it's not worth it. Don't do it. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed your message here. One bit of advice for Mist 4 that doesn't spoil anything but enhances the experience. Ooh. If you're not doing it already, be sure to choose the option of having the voice actors read the journals through that memory pendant thing. Oh, okay. It really adds more emotional depth, particularly with Akinar. Interesting. I probably... I think I have that turned on. I can't remember. Okay. All right. Forgot that that door only opens from that side, so it's a good thing I didn't try to go to it when I was last here. I feel like there was one more path from this room that I hadn't tried yet. Maybe? Is this anything? No. That's the route that I did take. Actually, I think that's it. I think I've covered my bases here. I believe it's time to move on. Okay, 2 more button pushes, and I'll be able to go into that secret place. And then I suppose I'll just reset it back the way it originally was. Have you played Firmament, Segway? I haven't. Um, I I was really looking forward to it, but then when that talk that they'd been using AI got out, I started getting skeptical. And even though it doesn't seem like they used AI in a problematic way, it it did get me. That's so eerie. God damn, that's so eerie. It did get me reading reviews, and I saw that a lot of people were saying that a lot of the puzzles felt relatively small in scale for a Cyan game, and that made me less interested. But, I mean, it's a Cyan game. I might go for it anyway. This is cool. You see the effect of what happens when an ambassador seed isn't fixed in place. Actually, no. It looks like it's entirely encircled. Oh shit. Oh shit. That's unfortunate. Stay very clear of the yellow line, everybody. Where is the seed? What is the mechanism here? Why the scale? Because the Mofang are lighter? They wanted to make it human access only? This is strange. This is one of my favorite bits of lore. Please read thoroughly. We must have every detail in place. Our lives and our species depend on this being executed perfectly. The locations and times in this document are based on the information leaked by Ruko and Shavar. Our lives depend on the accuracy of the information we receive from them. Remainers. CW, Earth. Trar, Aprar, Orhar, Marais. Arai, 1 Polyarch, Kaptar. Preps. Begin chambering. Farley verifies manifest. All souls chambered. Remainers in place with hands on AWAP trigger. Ruko and Ovar arrive, chambered by Trar. Trar on guard of chamber. Trigger locations as prescribed. All locations should have small error allowance. Marais has largest margin of error potential. Be alert. Trigger task. Trigger reswap immediately. After swap, any delay increases the risk of detonation in a home sphere and the risk of a Remainer being disabled in Mofang. Communication. Farley, I'll ensure that all Remainers, or in the case of Kaptar, the remaining Polyarch, receive and understand this document. That's actually not what I was thinking of. I was thinking of the note that explains that Mofang can't see this color of blue. I think that's a really cool detail. As far as I can tell, any use of it was pretty minimal. Yeah, like I said, I have pretty strong feelings about AI, but I remember reading about what they did, and I was like, you know, in the context of the world stage right now, not your smartest move, but I don't really hold it against you. It wasn't a big deal. Poor Alan got hugged to death. Poor ol' Alan. I haven't played Firmament myself, but I did watch a Let's Play. It's a beautiful game with a great and interesting story and plenty of classic IN-style puzzles and tricks. Ooh, nice. Maybe I will check it out. I enjoyed watching it and probably would have enjoyed playing it, but I will say that compared to the other Cyan games, the majority of the puzzles all kind of rely on a small handful of mechanics, so once you figure out all your abilities fairly early on, you're largely doing the same thing for most of the game. That really is unfortunate, given how many years they had to work on it. I understand that most of the delays were because of COVID-19, and, you know, valid, but, yeah, I just kind of wanted more. Oh, that's right, I have to turn off the power to this limb now. Oh, no, am I gonna have to? No, I refuse to go through the whole sphere process thing again. Actually, I think I can open a door from this end. That will make it easier to reverse. I despise AI on every level, but their explanation fell on the forgivable end of the spectrum. Yeah, agreed. I don't know if I can say that I despise it on every level. I actually really like the idea of the technology. I just think that it is literally impossible to use in an ethical way given how our world functions currently. But hypothetically, I actually would love more AI tools. Yeah, there's no other way out of here. I'm gonna have to... Wait, right? Because this is a dead end, right? 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 Yeah. Okay. Okay. I can see benefits of it, particularly in data analysis and such. Yeah. Also, there are many ways you can utilize AI in ways that still put humans in the driver's seat. I mean, people have been making comparisons. I don't think it's a great comparison, but there is a little bit of truth in the comparisons people are making to, like, the advent of Photoshop. Like, yes, Photoshop did allow more people with lower skill levels and lower commitment levels to get into photography, but also it allowed really serious photographers to remove a lot of tedium from the photo processing process that nobody enjoyed in the first place. So I think in situations where AI just removes the parts that you didn't want to be doing anyway, and your employment does not rely on, fucking go for it, dude. We've been doing that for years, long before generative AI caught on. What am I doing? That's right. In my opinion, AI will never be able to actually replace music, at least not for people who actually enjoy music. Here's the scary thing, is that although I'm completely confident and unbothered, like AI will never be able to make good, insightful art. Like, don't get me wrong, AI might make something that people respond to in a significant way, but AI itself will never create groundbreaking works with intention. Ever. It can't. And that is good in terms of like preserving the human voice, but it's bad because it doesn't need to replace human creativity. It just needs to get close enough that the economy opts for it anyway. And then we lose on both counts because then the artists are unemployed and Earth's art goes to shit. Like, imagine a world where all of the art coming out is produced by the corporate elite and AI. We're almost there anyway. People say, like, well, writers aren't writing good TV shows and movies right now anyway. Yeah, they are. Producers aren't producing those. I recently went to see Wicked in the movie theater, and every single preview I saw was either a sequel, a remake, or based on a true story. Every single one. AI doing Keiichi Okabe style music? No. I mean, you could use AI to make something that sounds like Keiichi Okabe, but not in... like, only in a collage sort of the sense. It would be an imitation. If it floods the market, people just get used to it like many have already with crappy pop. Yeah... That's the trouble. It doesn't have to be good, it just has to be sellable. Don't get me started on pop music. I honestly don't have a strong opinion on most pop music, which I know is probably surprising. But I don't listen to enough pop to really have any sort of critical opinions of it in a fair way. Which one of these arms, the one I need to turn off? Geographically, I'm going to guess it's this one. Hope I'm right. Otherwise, it's gonna be a tedious hike back. Actually, I can check before I fully return by going this way. I hear pop in TikTok shorts, that's it. If it's not on TikTok, I don't know about it. Also, if it's on TikTok, I don't know about it. I don't know about anything. If my roommates or my sister don't tell me about a meme, I don't see it. I'm not even joking. I used to be a lot more active on social media, but now I'm just... no. No, thank you. Okay, I did the right one. Excellent. Excellent. Hold on. No, I can't enter from this way because the spear's not going to be in the right rotation. Hold on. Think. No, never mind. I was thinking that maybe it would be helpful after all um, to swap in the stone, the original stone, because then I could access all three of the points of interest at once. But I don't think there's any configuration that allows for that anyway. Regarding Firmament, I'd still very much recommend trying it. Yeah, it sounds like it would be up my alley. The world, lore, and visuals are classic Cyan masterpieces. Excellent. The puzzles suffer a bit in comparison to other Cyan games. That is unfortunate, but for me, it is more about the ambiance and the cinematics than it is about the puzzle difficulty. I do like when puzzles feel very sprawling and like you need you've got I think this game does a really good job of putting information in different places so that you really feel like you have to go all over the board to solve these puzzles, but not in an arbitrary or frustrating way. So that might be a little bit of a bummer based on what I've heard of Firmament. Just I'll probably miss that sprawling feel that some of the puzzles have in Obduction and Riven in particular. But that's fine. Still clever and feel like the familiar style. Nice. I know that I know nothing. That is wisdom. That is wisdom. Hold on. I don't have to go all the way around. I can just use the scoop. The scoop! Give me the scoop. Come on. Come. Oh. Don't laugh. Okay, I am going to finish watering the Captar tree. And then I'll call it for today. And I will continue this same time slot next week. So Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific time. It's odd that they call it Pacific time, given that the Pacific Ocean is quite large and in fact has coasts on both sides of it. But anyway, 7 p.m. Pacific time. And if I don't finish the game then I'll do it at 7 p.m. Pacific time the next Friday. And with that, in addition to my normal Sunday streams of I, the Somnium Files 2, I will have qualified for Twitch affiliate. And we can start doing some more cool stuff with the channel. I won't be able to be there next week because stream starts at 4 a.m. my time, and you work at 6. Yeah, I'm glad you were able to join us this time, but oh goodness. Yeah, please take care of yourself. I'm sorry that you're awake right now, but sometimes it really do be like that. Wait, no, this way. Yeah, I am blessed with the problem of having viewers all around the world, which means that it is impossible for me to stream at a time that works for everybody. It is impossible. I cry every Tim. Here we go. Loading. Not too bad. giving a new meaning to World Tree. Oh, hey, outer space. Nice of you to drop by. And I believe that will let me link to Earth, right? Oh. Darn. I know I turned the water on for Earth, but I didn't get all the way down here. Maybe there's another valve that I forgot about. Oh well. Well, hey, we've got water flowing in one tree, and I love that. That's so trippy. Doesn't actually connect to anything, but, you know, opening one side of a tunnel is halfway to opening both sides of a tunnel. An old Chinese proverb. No, it's not. Oh, you went to bed early and woke up at 3:50. Wow. That is pretty intense. Okay, so I'm gonna restore the wooden turny thing to its original position because I'm not going to need these two passages ever again. So that'll just simplify things. And that will be the game for today. I have to pee. But I'm so close to the end of stream that I'm determined to carry through. Have to call it a night, but this was fun. Thank you very much for coming, Segway. It's good to see you. Good night, good night, good night, good night. Okie dokie. I just gotta hit the button twice. And that should restore the natural order of things. Also, I want to double check and make sure that that door really is locked. The one that I believed was locked, because sometimes it's just hard to see the crossbar. I accidentally took the long way. I've got the ticket for the long way round. Country roads take me to Captar, to the place that there's a tree. It's a weird tree, and I've seen a lot of trees. That's for sure. A weird tree. No, this is definitely locked on this side. Okay. Okie doke. In that case, the next step would be to explore Murray, I think. But I can make that decision next time. I'm just gonna go back to Arizona. Call it there. No fast travel. That's the wrong way. Bedtime for Jonathan. Actually, probably not, to be honest. My sleep's been way out of whack. Oh. Oh. Okay. My sleep schedule's been out of whack, so I actually slept until 2 p.m. today. Being unemployed is weird. So I am not sleepy. And in fact, maybe it would be concerning if I was. It's not bedtime, at least it's relaxed time. It's indeed relaxed time. I'm gonna eat some food. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Honestly, I might play some Skyrim. In a long time. Kind of in a Skyrim-y mood. Take me home, country roads. Actually, that needs one more rotation, doesn't it? Sure does. Pachow. I wonder if there's a way to beat the game with every single ambassador sphere in the planet that it came from. That would be so satisfying, but also so much work. So much work. Ta-da! Okay, so I'm just going to plop myself over by the Murray Ambassador Seed so that I remember what I was doing. Because it's really close. Okay, maybe really close is an overstatement, but it's not a complicated route. I love watching people play it, but would absolutely suck at playing it myself because I'm way too impatient. With Skyrim? What do you mean impatient? How do you mean? Just because it's very tedious and repetitive? I done it. Okay. Wait, why would I add another loading screen for myself? I might as well hit the button if I've come this far. I'm so bad at ending streams. I'm actually bad at ending streams. I run into enemies I want to slay, but if they're strong, they'll one-shot me. Fair. I like fighting the ones that are too strong anyway. Just cheesing them, finding places to hide, and spending like 5 whole minutes whittling them down with arrows and running away. It's so stupid. God, that game is broken. I love it. Okay. Save a game. There's no save game option. Well, I assume it just saved, because it showed a thing. Okay. Thank you very much for coming to my stream. So as stated, I will be continuing this playthrough Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific. On Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific, I will be continuing my playthrough of AI The Somnium Files 2. That's it. If you want to come by the Discord tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Pacific, we will be starting the second season of Code Geass. So I'll see you for 0 or more of all those things. Thank you very much for coming. Be kind to yourselves, be kind to each other. See you later.